Hello guys, this is Caesar Creates and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode we are adding red pandas to our zoo. This is also the fifth and the last enclosure that we are adding to the Small Mammal House. For those of you that didn't watch my previous videos, the Small Mammal House is a small project inside our Elm Hill City Zoo. We basically created a house for 5 small mammals that are available in the game. So we've built habitats for koalas, aardvarks, giant otters and Chinese pangolins. In last episode we've built a lovely habitats for Chinese pangolins. I also shared with you guys their very sad story. If you haven't seen that video, I will put the link down in the description as well as on the screen. I really like how our last enclosure has turned out, so in case you haven't seen that video, definitely go and check it out. Today it is time for our last small mammal, the red panda. As well as Chinese pangolin, the red panda is actually one of my favorite animals in the game. Their models look very realistic, they are simply beautiful, playful, and you can build really cool habitats for them as they are climbing animals. Actually, I did a small research before building this habitat. I wanted to see how zoos around the world actually keep red pandas and how their enclosures look like. Most of the zoos obviously try to recreate their natural habitats. Red pandas actually live mainly in mountains of China and Nepal. They also spend most of their time on trees. They even sleep on them. And from what I've seen, the zoos try to recreate this rocky, mountainy habitats with a lot of climbing structures, with a lot of trees. Those rocks are mainly shaped like cliffs and parts of actual mountains. So this is something that I was inspired by building this habitat. I wanted to give it a rocky feeling, I wanted to give them something to climb on obviously, and I also wanted to incorporate a bamboo, because as we all know, giant pandas and red pandas, they eat bamboo, they live in bamboo forests, so I wanted to give them a part of their natural habitat in our enclosure. As I said last time, I want to give every of those habitats in Small Mammal House something unique. Each of them, they have different sets of rocks. I mean, we used savanna rocks, desert rocks, we used temperate rocks, and now we are using taiga rocks. Taiga rocks make perfect sense when it comes to this mountainy habitat because of their color. There will also be a small waterfall in this indoor part of this habitat, and a cave up in the mountain in the outdoor part of this habitat, so that the enclosure is unique and have some very interesting part. You will be able to see me building that in few minutes, so definitely stay tuned. And now I would like to share with you some very exciting news. So a few days ago I was sitting with my friends, we were having a random chat, and suddenly there was a notification on my phone, and it said that the Planet Zoo game commented under one of my pictures on Instagram. By the way, you can also follow me on Instagram. The name of my profile is caesar.creates. So the comment from Planet Zoo said that they really enjoy my series on YouTube and they would like to feature my work on their social media channels. I was so excited, so shocked, and I just couldn't believe it. So yeah, I obviously contacted them right away, and last Monday they actually shared my first video when I was creating a parking lot and an entrance for this Elm Hill City Zoo. They shared it on their Facebook, their Twitter and their Instagram, and it was all so unbelievable for me. When I first started recording those videos, I didn't even think about being noticed or having a lot of subscribers, because there are so many people that make those kinds of videos and there are and they're excellent in what they do, and they have large audiences. And it is so cool for me that Planet Zoo sees those small creators like me and that it wants to help them grow, and that they simply notice us. And hey, when the Planet Zoo teams tells you that they really enjoy your videos, that needs to mean something, right? So thank you Planet Zoo, it really means a lot to me. Thank you for all the support, and I hope that it wasn't the last time that we were in touch. And obviously, thanks to Planet Zoo, there are many more new people here. So I would like to give you guys a very warm welcome. Welcome to the family. I hope that you will stay with us and enjoy my future videos. On an episode 9 of Elm Hill City Zoo, where we added the reindeers to the zoo, we actually celebrated 100 subscribers. And now we are on episode 14 and there's almost 250 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. I didn't even expect that the numbers will grow so fast. Also, my first video, the entrance to the zoo, has now over 1000 views, which is also mind-blowing to me. When I first started to record those videos, I didn't expect that I will enjoy it so much. And I thought that I will actually give up after 3 or 4 videos because this is a typical me. But I didn't, because I simply enjoy it so much, and it's also because of you guys, because of all the comments and all the support that you give me. So thank you for this again. And if you are new here and you want to see me build more of those realistic zoo habitats and you want to get some inspiration for your future zoos, please consider subscribing. It really helps me grow. Okay, but let's go back to today's video. I already talked a bit about the bamboo. Because of the height of its habitat, I added the smaller fountain bamboo. This species of bamboo grows in cold mountains, so it actually can grow in the temperate biome in Europe where we built our zoo. So I used it in the inside part of the habitat, but also on the outside. And guys, I need to give you a small tip about the fountain bamboo. Be very careful when you place it in the small habitats. There is something wrong about this bamboo in game because it really messes up animals' traversable area. There's a huge area around the bamboo that animals actually cannot walk in. It's like a bubble of non-traversable area around the bamboo. So I decided to place it in the corners of the habitats because placing them in the middle resulted in some issues with climbing, with walking, with the zookeeper trying to get to the enrichment items. So yeah, be very careful because it can turn out that you build a very beautiful habitat with a lot of bamboo bushes in it, and then you place your animals inside of this enclosure and you suddenly realize that animals cannot use half of this habitat because of the bamboo. Also, what is a bit weird for me, and I just realized it while building this habitat, is that the pandas cannot climb the birch tree, the broken birch tree. Maybe it's because I placed it so low into the ground, but as you could see, I used a lot of those birch trees inside the habitat to create the climbing structures for the animals, and unfortunately they cannot use some parts of the climbing frame because the birch trees are actually not climbable. I actually thought that I built some climbing frames with birch trees before, but maybe it was for larger animals and that issue only applies to the smaller animals. And now I think that it is time for our fun facts. If you guys have seen my previous videos, you already know that in every episode I'll try to give you some fun facts about the animals that we are currently adding to the game. I love animals, I am very interested in them, and I read a lot of stuff online about them, and I would like to share with you guys some information so that you can learn something from my videos. So as I already told you, the red pandas live in China and Nepal. They actually share some habitats with their larger cousin, the giant panda. They are most active at night and in hours of dusk and dawn. As you probably know, pandas eat bamboo, but unlike their larger relatives, the red pandas eat mainly other foods beside the bamboo. They eat fruit, acorns, roots, and eggs. Before giving birth, the mother builds a nest. She usually has between 1 and 4 young, and her young red pandas remain in their nests for about 90 days. Male red pandas take no interest in their offspring. Red pandas are related to giant pandas, but they're actually classified as the members of their own unique family. They also show some relation to raccoons. Actually, the red pandas were first to be given a name Panda. 50 years later, their giant cousins were given the same name. They live up to 15 years. When it is cold, red pandas wrap their tails around themselves to keep warm. The red pandas are an endangered species and their population is decreasing. There are only about 10,000 them left in the wild. Their population is decreasing mainly because of the deforestation, but also because of trafficking. They are killed for their fur, which is illegally used to create clothing and hats. So as you can guys see, this is another animal that we are adding to the zoo that is endangered in the wild. This is super sad and I hope that the awareness of people will increase in the future. Okay, let's go back to our Elm Hill City Zoo. As you guys know already, the red panda is the last animal that we are adding to the Small Mammal House. We obviously need to do some finishing touches to this house, but the plans for the future is that I will probably create 3 more habitats and then I will give you guys a tour of what we've built so far. After this tour, I think it will be a perfect time to start a new zoo. This obviously isn't an end to our Elm Hill City Zoo, but I want to start another zoo just to show you guys some other ideas and building styles. So I will probably take turns posting videos from one zoo and the other one, just as many other creators do. I already have a very cool idea for a new zoo. Actually, last week I had a little vacation. Me and my friends wanted to go somewhere warm after our harsh Polish winter. So we decided to go to Dubai. Things in Dubai don't look so bad when it comes to the pandemic, and most of the places are opened. My friends know that I record those videos, and when they realized that the zoo in Dubai is opened, they really wanted to go there with me, so that I can have some inspiration for my future builds. It was so lovely of them. I know for a fact that zoos aren't actually their thing, but they really wanted to go, they really wanted to spare their holiday time to go there with me, and I was so grateful. I really love my friends. So in the zoo I obviously did ton of videos, ton of photos just to have inspiration for the future, because I really loved it. And I haven't been in the zoo for so long. Actually, I recorded those videos because I wanted to share them with you on the stories on YouTube. But then I realized that you need to have at least 10,000 subscribers to be able to post stories on YouTube. Well, we are getting there. Dubai is a city in the middle of the desert, but it's also a very wealthy city. And this is how can I simply describe this zoo. It was really modern and really well taken care of. The zoo is divided into the villages. We have the desert village, the African village, the adventurer village, and they're all designed very well. And it gave me such a huge inspiration to build a modern zoo somewhere in the desert that has this African touch and also has some jeep safari rides as the one in Dubai has. And actually it can be very easily achieved in this game. So yeah, that's my plan for the future, and I hope that I will be able to stick to it. Also, there is a new game on the horizon, which I think I want to also feature on this channel, the Prehistoric Kingdom, which is basically a planet zoo but with dinosaurs. I was always a bigger fan of actual animals that live in today, modern times, than dinosaurs, but I think that I want to give this game a try, and I can wait to put my hands on it. So stay tuned if you want to see some Prehistoric Kingdom videos. In a second, I will start to create the outside part of this habitat. Again, I was inspired by the mountains where the red pandas live. So there are a lot of rocks and climbing frames, and I wanted them to be able to actually climb the rocks a bit. So there are some of those shelves in the rocks. There is also a shelter, a cave in the mountain on the right hand side of this outside part. The foliage that I'm using in those outside parts is the foliage that actually will be able to survive European winters. So there are no Asian exotic plants. Actually, I started this outside part with extending those ribs, those architectural ribs that this building has. For those of you that haven't seen my latest videos, this building is inspired by the Öhringen Petting Zoo in Germany. This zoo contains those wooden modern buildings, and between some of those ribs there are habitats for animals. Obviously they are much smaller, they are for some birds and small mammals, but this building is only inspired by this actual building, and I decided to put there's bigger habitats. Also, if you are new here, the concept of this small mammal house is that the guests can observe the animals throughout the whole year. We are building in temperate biome in Europe, which means that there are changing seasons. Animals that live in this small mammal house are exotic animals. Maybe with an exception of the small panda, those kinds of animals probably cannot survive European winters because they originate from warmer climates. So in colder months they can be closed in the indoor parts of their habitats so that guests can enter this house and still see them. In warmer months they have access to the outside and an inside part of the habitat. I've seen so many zoos that have those houses like this. They are used for small mammals, for birds, even for reptiles. And yeah, that was something that I was going for. I also always try to build realistic habitats. That's why all of my habitats have some sort of backstage areas. And this habitat is no exception. I try to not focus a lot on those backstage areas, to not make those videos too long and boring for you guys, so I often use things from the Steam workshop when it comes to backstage areas. There are so many incredible shelves, animal crates, food stations, and so on. And I also want to give a big shout out to people that make those things. So you will find the list of things from workshop that I used in this video in the description down below. I think that is all that I wanted to tell you guys today. Please enjoy the rest of this speed build. Stay tuned till the end of this video. There will be some cinematic shots at the end to show you the finished red panda habitat. So definitely stay till the end. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see me build more of those realistic zoo habitats and if you are looking for some inspiration for your virtual zoos. Comment down below if you liked my video or if you have any recommendations on how I can improve my future videos. Also, ring the bell down below if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!
This one is